There are a number of great professors here in UP, great in the sense that they are popular among their colleagues in their own field due to their superiority in that field, or in a sense that their passion to teach is merely observable with the way they handle a class. For my observation of a creative class, I cannot think of a more creative classroom than the one handled by my former professor in EDFB 116, Professor Maria Vanessa Luzon Aizon. Ma'am Oizon teaches at the University of the Philippines College of Education. During my first year stay in UP, I have been given an opportunity to be her student for a whole semester for the EDFB 116 class. The vibrancy she elicits during the class, the enthusiasm she transfers upon us during discussions, the burning passion which also enkindles our desire to teach. All of these I personally experienced when I was taking up her class during that time. Exaggerated, you might say, but her undying vivacity and infinite numbers of teaching strategies and methodologies just sparkles my dream of becoming a teacher. Among the lectures she has given us, I found one topic the most interesting and most exciting of them all, the constructivist theory of teaching. I personally choose this lesson as the topic when I observe the class for two main reasons. First, this is my favorite lesson back then when I was still taking up EDFT 116. Then second, I think this discussion is just noteworthy of being called creative. Let me tell further why. There is always a pattern on how Ma'am Oizon facilitates her class. It always starts with a motivation, followed by an integration of the main topic and discussion of it, then ends it by motivating once again her students. She takes into consideration the recency theory of learning, where an individual will learn most if the start and end of the class is interesting enough to catch his or her attention. Prior to this meeting, Ma'am Oizon asked her students to bring materials, newspapers, masking tape, and rubber bands for the class activity that they are about to do. The class activity make a bridge out of these materials given that there are two conditions. Letter A, base their bridge on the criteria that they are to make, and letter B, the bridge must withstand a 250 milliliter water bottle. These were just the conditions that they must consider in making their bridge. With regards to the form, aesthetics, and things alike, she lets she lets them use their right judgment. The class was divided into four groups, each group with 5 to 6 members each. The class was only given 30 minutes to accomplish the task before them. With Ma'am Oizon's signal, the class started building their bridges. Ma'am Oizon went around the room, checked on the progress of their bridges, and commented on certain structures of it. She let her students explain why the bridge was constructed like that. She didn't interfere while they were explaining. She listened to them and opened new possibilities for the further improvements of their bridges. This kind of setup went on for 30 minutes. After half an hour, Ma'am Oizon gave the floor to each group for them to present the bridges they created. Ma'am Oizon showed how humorous and how witty she is when she's criticizing the bridges of each group. Towards the end, she explains a little on how constructivism works inside the classroom. The following specifications show how Ma'am Oizon adopted creative techniques in handling the class. Gaining and holding students' attention. Since she is facilitating the group activity, she makes sure that there will be no dull moments or dead air, even though everyone's working with their bridges. She goes near to each group and talks with them with regards to the activity. For example, matibay ba talaga yung tulay nyo? Or, bakit walang daluyan ng tubig? Telling students what they are expected to learn. Before the activity, Ma'am Oizon tells the class that their topic for that day is constructivism. She then discusses major points on how the activity will go on, how they will be graded, and how will they know the concept of constructivism. She tells the class to just observe how she will be handling the entire class and how they will act towards the accomplishment of the activity. Reminding students of related knowledge or skills. Ma'am Oizon does this all the time when she discusses in front of the class. With this activity, she makes use of the schema theory, which says we all have different views on a certain issue or object. It is through our nurturing that we build up the schema of the world we are currently in. To associate with the bridge activity, she says to build up the schema of what a bridge is. Presenting new stimuli for learning. The activity itself serves as the stimulus on how her students will learn. That's the concept of constructivism. The teacher just facilitates the class while the class is experiencing learning through exploring the vicinities of each topic all by themselves. The teacher just prepares an environment where learning will take place even without the teacher. Getting student thinking and learning. Well, in this one, Mom Oizon really succeeds. Through the activity, she makes her student think on how to create a sturdy bridge using these materials. The students also learn the main objectives of constructivist theory through the activity provided by the teacher. Using appropriate and instructional material. The activity is just appropriate for the age and thinking of her students. Even though it is just a simulation of a constructivist class, the way the session is handled is just appropriate for the college students. Providing feedback about correctness. Throughout the whole session, she gives feedback on their outputs. She makes sure that their students will come up with the best bridge possible. Judging or appraising the performance. During the group presentation, she looks for the good and bad sides of the work. She says this to the group to provide further feedbacks, helping to generalize what is learned. There is a discussion after the said activity. Ma'am Oizon facilitates the class in sharing what they have learned about constructivism through the activity done, providing practice for retention. Ma'am Oizon asks questions again and again about their experiences and what they learned from the class. Management of student behavior. The class is engaging into a relevant noise during the time of the activity. Since Ma'am Oizon is facilitating the whole activity, he succeeds in making the students focus on what they are doing, thus succeeds in managing their behaviors. Others. The class promotes the use of brainstorming to develop the creativity of everyone. I also see a pinch of the social personality approach application of creativity when the activity is ongoing. There are members of the group who play the role of a risk taker. Some exhibits personalities which, according to Torrance and Face, are the salient characteristics of a creative person. For example, imaginative, preoccupied with tasks, childlike, and insightful.